You see any sprouts loose up here, definitely don't touch them.
Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in. I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
そんな威圧したぐらいで通れんのやったら、そのセキュリティは大丈夫なんか。
Huh? Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
Easy.
今誰かに開けようとしてる瞬間だけ不審者に見えてんのかな。なんでついてくんの？
Mine's playing tricks on me.
Gotcha.
そんなに重要なもんじゃないか。UDL の ID は持ってんの？一旦戻ろう。あそこの下半分が ID がいるところなんやな。ジメチルなんとかどこにあんのかな。下？うわ、広いな。そして一番下にある。
Sorry, I shouldn't talk.
Hi.
Not without signing a waiver.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist?
Being unpleasant. What do you think they actually do down there?
Best not to ask.
セオドラ・アイザックスが私のパープルベリーランチを何度も食べてしまいます。あのスプラットみたいな歯をしたやつは嫌なやつが犯人に間違いありません。クラッカーのクズが唇にパープルベリーのシミが白衣に付着していたのを目撃しました。この男の隣で仕事をしながら私のランチの食べかすを汚い歯の間から取り出しているのを見てしまうと叫び出したくなります。そこでやってやりました。ちょっとだけ叫び声を上げました。気が晴れました。これからキッチンに座り、あの男がまたやるのを待ってやろうと思います。現行犯で捕まえるので、その後どうなったか改めて投稿します。たっぷり怒るつもりです。なんだそれ。そういうものを盗んでる場合じゃないねんな。一旦戻ろう。どっから下に行くんかな。これなんかな。この上何があんのかな。出すなって。
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Oh, law, what did they take him for?
UDL's been questioning anybody with possible connections to Phineas Wells. And, well, Tillman designed all those wanted posters.
So UDL's interrogating Tillman? Ugh, that's disgusting. Can't believe I had lunch with the guy.
こんなお役所でもこんなスペースがあんねんな。2階は全然大したことないな。やっぱり下に行かないといけない。早く。こっちは大丈夫やねんな。
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for, so I had the techs run the trial again. And the results were 0.003% different this time.
Do the words statistically insignificant mean anything to you?
Of course, but we're obligated to explore every possibility.
We're obligated to get a working formula before a Conde has...
一旦帰ろうか。この3本の線は何を意味してんねやろ。階段から下に降りたいから、この2階は何やろ。左、違うな。どっから行けばいいんか。こっちから行くか。
Tired of patrolling? Go run.
ああ、もうちょっとやのに。ああ、ここ通じてないんか。せっかくここまで来たのに。
Huh? No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification. What?
なんだと。
I don't need to see your identification. Move along.
いや、それ説得というか、催眠術じゃないん。こっちから行けるんかな。人浮かんでんねん。生きた人間への思考。今回の試験でジメチルスルフォシキシドを追加することによっていくつかの改善点を確認しました。被験者の血行改善及び神経活動の増加は認めました。しかしながら我々の方式ではまだ何かが欠けている様子です。未だ末期のコールドスリープから被験者を完全に蘇生できず、ジメチルスルフォキシドの供給を停止すると激しい痛みを伴う死に至ります。被験者の生涯にわたり冷凍蘇生を何度も繰り返す点を考慮すると問題は一層深刻になります。さらに悪い点を付け加えれば、追加のジメチルスルフォキシドの確保に大変な苦労を要しました。 このロットを使用しなければならないかもしれません。この手順により実験結果の無効化及び人体試験の被験者に死をもたらす可能性があります。自滅するフォキシドを突然切らすと極めて致死的となり、進行中の実験の中止を招く結果となります。自滅するフォキシドの巡回濃度を 73.629% にすれば実験の整合性及び被験者の生命力が維持できます。これが要はギリギリまで残せば、それ以外はもらっても大丈夫だよってことなんかな。ここは、あとは、特にないのか。どっから帰ればいいんかな。直結のエレベーターから帰れる。でかいバーやな。こんな太いのが必要あんのか？ここって通って怒られる？見てんねん。
Soldier.
All right, how does this sound? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk into you like that. Oh my goodness! Ruth Bellamy? I simply adore your work.
We've been over this already. You can't rehearse running into Ruth Bellamy. It's not going to work.
Fine. What about this? Oh,
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side.
なぜそれを知っている？
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. There's exactly one vessel in all of Byzantium that looks like it dropped out of an aetherwave drama. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain? We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
ひどいな。
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, 10.
やっぱり
I know. I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die.
これって同じことやんな。
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. What makes you think you'll get that chance? You'll be long dead before you make it to the nearest star. For better or worse, you're stuck with us here. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
あなたは研究室をホープの隣に作ってくれたらもっと簡単な話だったのに。何やら頭のおかしいことをさせようとした部分にワープできない。どういうことやろ
All right, I've got it. We can't possibly take my lab and all my equipment to the Hope, yes? That would be insane, so we do the slightly less insane thing. We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
ホープってそんなちっちゃいもんなの
If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system micro-jumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Certainly. How can I help? It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should.
どういうこと
Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The enemy is bound to discover my hideout sooner or later. I'm prepared for that eventuality. This is just my way of buying myself a little time. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
じゃあやっちゃうで。あ、ここでそれを選べんのか。じゃあまあこっちやな。
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
あ、それでこっち側にホープが来るんかな。あれでもすでになんか置いてあるの。
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
また
You don't think that's a problem? Whole ship's running on a computer's fancy. That'll make you nervous, Preacher?
No, Felix. The concept of a ship computer does not make me nervous. Are you scared of Ada?
I ain't scared of Ada.
Good. I'm glad we cleared that up.
It's just, she's a computer, Max. What happens when her equations tell her to cut off her oxygen? Or blast us all into space?
Felix, Ada is not sentient. She can't act out of a sense of malice. Where do you get these ideas?
I was watching True Stories of Mechanical Murderers last night.
One of these days, I'm going to make you read an actual book.
We gotta talk about this. You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope, in dark times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call wordplay. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here. Thrilling tales of the unreliable. Or maybe spine-chilling stories from the edge of the system. Was also considering astounding adventures in the ether. I'm partial to that last one.
三角猫と愉快な仲間たち。フェリックスは黙って言われた通りに働くようになるまで。
Not bad. Got a nice ring to it. Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
どういうこと？